How did you get discovered by Qing Lan? Okay, a lot of people have asked me this question, so I'm gonna tell you the whole story right now. So Qing Lan and a few. Hey guys, I'm Lawrence Wong. Welcome to my channel. Greetings from Haikou, China, where I am filming my latest project right now. Previously, I've asked on Instagram what questions do you guys want to ask me in regards to my career in general and show business in general. So today, I'll be answering your questions. Thank you so much for the overwhelming responses. I've gotten like maybe more than 700 replies, and yeah, we better get going. First question, what's the upcoming acting project? Well, currently I'm filming a project called Wong. Pretty interesting. It's by iQIYI. This project is about having the ability to go into people's dreams and tap into their subconscious mind and help them to unlock what is bothering them. So it's actually from a very popular novel. So you guys can Google this if you guys want more information. Do you have any dramas that will be released soon? I miss you. Oh, thank you. I miss you guys too. I get a lot of these questions. In fact, I have a lot of series that I have shot but have yet to be released. Like I have One Book, One World, I have Love and Passion, which is a 太阳之城, and 万水千山总是情, which will be renamed to a new name. Even The Ferryman, 灵魂摆渡 also not released yet. Now I'm shooting a new project. So actually I have been shooting non-stop back to back. Except for last year, a brief period of a few months I wasn't working because of COVID. But other than that, I was flying around filming back to back. So I have a lot of projects which are yet to be released. But as with all China productions, their release depend largely on maybe government policies and censorship board. So I hope you guys be patient. How many new shows will you be filming this year? It's January now. I'm filming one show currently, which I will end in early April probably. And right now there are already many offers for my period after April. So I don't know, but at this moment I'm pretty filled all the way till September, even October. And I feel really blessed because during this pandemic COVID period, a lot of actors are out of job, and for me to still have a chance to choose what I want to do is something that I feel so incredibly lucky and blessed, and I'm really grateful for. How did you know that you wanted to be an actor? And if given a choice, what else would you hope to do or be? I didn't know I wanted to be an actor actually. I graduated and I do not know what else to do. I shot some commercials before and print-ads before, so I just continued doing that. And then one day, a producer who I've worked with before on a commercial called me up saying that her husband is casting for a show. So I just went for the audition for it, and I got the role. It's a lead role for a tele movie, and then as they say, the rest is history. And if I'm not an actor, I think I would love to be a vet because I love animals, and I think being able to help animals every day is a pretty sweet job. What's the most attractive part for being an actor? To me, I love the satisfaction of immersing myself in a role and losing myself in it. I love the fact that I can play so many different people's lives, in my one lifetime, and it's something that it's something that I have a talent in. It's something that I'm good at. And when you're doing something that you have a talent in, you will feel really good about yourself, about your life, and also the fact that I can actually influence people's life positively. Like for example, Girlfriend was shown during the COVID period. A lot of people, they have to stay at home and they can't go out, and I have so many people coming up to me, texting me from various sources of social media and telling me that my series Girlfriend gave them such comfort during the COVID period. And when I receive messages like this, I feel really good. Like, yeah, my job really matters. What do you think your greatest achievement is as an actor? I think my path itself is an achievement because As I've mentioned earlier on, I really started from the lowest of the lowest. When I started, I was just an extra earning like $40 a day. Nobody wanted me to be in the industry. My parents didn't want me to be in the industry. I wasn't signed on to any big company, and the TV station in Singapore didn't want to sign me. They don't see any potential in me. They didn't give me big roles. Just to survive, I have to do things that I do not like to do. Till now, I dare say that I have put Singapore, which is my country, and Malaysia back on the map again in China. I'm pretty proud of my achievement in that sense. I wanted to be an actress, but my parents doesn't want me to, and they say it's only for the rich ones. Not true, because I'm not rich, and I don't come from those super rich family. But I also get why your parents say that, because especially in countries like Singapore, because actors really don't earn much. So your parents will want you to do well. They want you to have an easy life. Once again, I would have to ask you to look at yourself objectively and ask yourself objectively if you can really see yourself. Do you really love this job so much that you can persevere in it, even if you might be poor for a while? Like, how badly do you want it? Will you want to try acting as the bad guy? Yeah, of course, why not? I have no restriction in what I should act or should not act. As long as the script is good, the role is well developed, and I imagine myself doing this, then yeah, why not? Often when I get a role, I will first try to imagine myself doing it, or I will try to conjure up images of me being this guy. And if something crops up, I know I can do it. If nothing crops up, then I know probably this is not for me. Do you normally have to go for auditions to secure roles, or are roles offered by producer and director? I would say both. It depends on projects, it depends on your connections, it depends on if the market already know what you can do and what you cannot do. And that will determine if you need to go for auditions or not. With such stiff competition in China, how do you prepare for auditions to ace them? I think it's not just because of the stiff competition in China. When you agree to go to an audition, it is your responsibility to prepare it in the best way that you can, so that you can get the role. Really thirsty, so I went to get myself some drinks. That feels so good. What is your most memorable work so far in your career? Love from Australia. Yay. The Story of Yanxi Palace, 延禧攻略, and Girlfriend, 楼下妞请签收, because I really enjoyed working on these two projects. The Story of Yanxi Palace, I'm sure all of you know by now, is one of the most well-received Chinese dramas in the past many years. And Girlfriend brought me a lot more audience base, especially in other countries. Do you watch the dramas that you act in? Yes, I do actually, especially if I want to see how I do in it, how did I fare, did I do well, I will watch. What is your favorite scene in the Chinese drama Girlfriend? Can you act it again? Fan from Philippines. Hi Philippines. My favorite scene. Okay, I'm gonna act it, and you let me know if you remember which scene is this, alright? Do you guys remember which scene is this?
都烫死了，你吹吹。
Saw that you used to shoot a Thai series. 那时候的感觉是怎么样的呢? Yes, I did a Thai series long time ago. It was a sitcom. I remember having to go to Bangkok 4 days, and one day we would shoot one episode, and I will only get a script for the Thai series the night before, and I will have to memorize all the Thai script. They will write it out in Hanyu Pinyin, in Roman pronunciation for me. I will have to memorize it, and then the next day I will have to act. It's really tough. After that project, I feel like my life shortened by 10 years at least. But I'm so glad I did it, you know. It was such a wonderful experience. And that also made me realize that actually we humans, we can achieve a lot of things. A lot of things that you think you are not capable of, you will be able to achieve and do it as long as you put your mind to it. How different it is being an artist in Singapore versus an artist in China. Which environment do you prefer? This is a very common question I get as well. It is very different, you know, the market is really different. In Singapore, it's a really small market. China is a really huge market. Everything is different, from the way we work to the kind of shows we shoot here in China, to the kind of actors they like, and to even something as superficial as what kind of look do the Chinese find attractive as compared to Chinese in Singapore is different. The pay is different, the scale of the production is different, the level of professionalism and everything is different. So it's a bit hard to answer this question. It's not something that you can just relay in just a few sentences, you know. But which environment would I prefer? I would say China, because China is an environment where they really nurture artists. So over here in China, I do feel like there is hope. Are you grateful for the opportunity that China has given you when Singapore did not? I mean, I'm grateful for the little things that I've done in Singapore as well. They shaped me. They gave me a chance to hone my craft. And even when I was doing so badly in Singapore, I'm grateful for it because it forced me to work harder, to hone my craft better. If things were going so well for me, I might not even be where I am today. So yeah. But that said, I'm also extremely grateful for my opportunities in China. May I know how are you treated at the film set in China as a newcomer from Singapore? Good, actually. I was treated really well. Nobody treated me differently because I was a foreigner. Everyone was so surprised that I am from Singapore because they say I don't look like I'm from Singapore or Malaysia. And they say, oh, you must be the first actor that I've met from Singapore in the last 8 years or something, you know. So they treated me pretty well, and yeah, I get along with everybody. Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of where you are from. I think it's more of like how do you interact with people? What is your vibe? What is your demeanor? Are you like humble? Are you there to learn? Are you hardworking? Are you like serious in your work? Because people assess all these things and decide how they want to treat you. Is it easy to work in China as a foreign actor in terms of getting work? No. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Extremely hard. But I have a really good managing team who helps me to get job, and they are really good, and I've been really lucky and blessed. How do you find a good agency to further your acting journey? This is a question I get a lot as well. The answer is there's no how, you know, there's no fixed how on how you can get a good agency. I mean, sad to say, sometimes it depends a lot on luck and fate to meet someone good. I lucked out. I found an agency and a team of people who I can say as even family, you know, who have my best interests at heart, who believed in me and really want me to do well and good. But that said, not everyone is that lucky, you know. But I would say always hone your craft, and then the rest will follow. How did you get discovered by Qing Lan? Okay, a lot of people have asked me this question, so I'm gonna tell you the whole story right now. So Qing Lan and a few staff from her team came to Singapore to shoot a video for Singapore Tourism Board, and that was in 2016. And one of my friend who knows her as well invited a lot of us, not just me, a lot of other artists from Singapore to have dinner with her. It's a bit like a exchange, you know, between actors from Singapore and actors from China. So we were all in this dinner, and she and her manager and her team spotted me, and they felt that I might have a chance in China and asked me if I would like to go over to try And without hesitation, I went because I was also at a point of time where I was feeling really lost career-wise. I felt that I have so much to give, but nobody sees it, and I don't have any good opportunities for me to show what I can give. And at that point of time, I was really contemplating to give up. They came in and at the right point of time. And so when they asked if I'm interested to go to China to try, I said yes immediately. So yeah. Is it important to find a good 经纪公司? How to do it? Yes, it's very important to find a good management company, 经纪公司, but it's very hard to find a good one because like there are so many companies who promises you or who tells you that they can give you this, give you that, make you into a star, but those can be just empty promises. Tell us more about Grill. What factors motivate you to launch skincare products? Well, for those of you who do not know, I now have my own brand. It's called Grill. And the first product from Grill is a mask. It's called a do-it-all mask. It is the best mask ever. You know, I'm so proud of this baby because I only use organic and eco-certified ingredients, and the mask sheet is incredible. It's so fitting and so translucent, so light. The whole box packaging is biodegradable. I try to do my part for the environment as well. But why I started Grill is because one of the questions I get most is, what do you use? You know, because people they often feel that they have a good skin and complexion. They want to ask like, how do I get it? But I'm always a bit apprehensive when I say what I use because I actually have really sensitive skin. And I get skin allergy really easily, so I don't want to just recommend something that I'm not entirely sure of. So I was thinking, why not just launch my own line? And I'm very sure of what I will put in my line and my product, and hence I will be very, very confident in recommending it to you. Yeah, so that's how I started Grill. What will be the next product after mask, and will you ship to Hong Kong? Yeah, we ship internationally, so you can go to www.grillskin.com and get the do-it-all mask right now. After this, we still have a sunblock, we have cleanser, we have one more mask, we have hand sanitizers, basically everything essential to you. How do you get over jitters about what other people think of your work? I mean, initially, I do think about what other people feel and how other people see me, especially towards my work. But now I don't. I feel like life is too short to really care about what other people think of you. Not just in work-wise, but in every aspect of your life. Because only you are responsible for your life. You know, you lead your life the way you want to lead it. And especially for me as a public figure, people can say all sorts of things, you know, and especially in internet, people can type comments with no feeling of responsibility, you know, because it's anonymous. People don't really know who you are. If that's the case, why do you have to bother about what people say of you? There are many bitter people in the world and people with a lot of negativity. I would say just shut off all the noise. You be you, and just do you well. That's it. Have I ever thought of giving up in showbiz? Yeah, many times actually. many times, especially before I came to China. I was really struggling, to be frank. As I've said earlier on, I felt like I have so much to give. There are so many things that people didn't see of me, and I just wish I had all these opportunities that I didn't have. And I was so poor then. I did not earn enough money. I remember at one point of time I even struggled to pay rent. I remember once I was in Malaysia filming. I don't even have money to rent a good place. I just rented a maid's room that is just enough to put a single size bed and nothing else. So my car is my wardrobe, you know, and all my clothes are in my car. And that maid's room that I rented for only 400 ringgit Malaysia a month. So there are many times I wanted to give up. But there's something in me that just refused to give up, you know, like just hold on, try harder, hold on a while longer, you know. you cannot just give up like that. You have all this talent, all this potential. Believe in yourself. Just try a little bit more. 想念家人的时候呢，如何调整心情？当我在想念家人的时候呢，我觉得主要就是常常微信就常常传简讯给他们呀，然后跟他们视频联系啊，然后看照片，我想看照片。你知道，就是因为我们做演员这一行呢，我们常常都不在，比如说我常常不在新加坡或马来西亚，我都会在可能国外拍戏。那有时在过年佳节啊，或者是圣诞节啊，或者是一些节日的时候，你可能看一些 Instagram 或者什么东西的时候，你都会发现你朋友和家人都在庆祝，然后你可能一个人却在非常偏远的一个地方在拍戏。我觉得科技吧，利用科技来让你去跟你的家人联系，然后要提醒自己，你为什么会在这里做这份工作。How do you keep yourself grounded despite the fame and success? I would say have a very good team of people around you to keep you grounded, to remind you what the reality is like, to have a group of friends and family members who can always remind you how the real world is like, remind you where you came from and things like that. How do you stay motivated when you face challenges or when you're at the rock bottom or at the verge of giving up? I would say always remember why you want to be an actor or whatever job that you want to do, because we tend to forget that. Look for motivations and inspirations along the way, big or small. Be with the right person. Hanging out or be with the right person or being in the right circle is very important actually, because they will not only motivate you, most importantly they will inspire you and they will help you if need be. How do you manage your work-life balance? I don't. I believe that you do what you have to do. If you have to work more during this phase of your life, then you work more. And when there's no work, then just play hard, rest well. How do you avoid negativity? Well, I think it is really hard to avoid negativity, especially today, because we are bombarded with noise and news everywhere. News now to me is purely on a need-to-know basis. I do not concern myself with other people's businesses. I just focus on myself, and yeah, basically that's it. And sometimes I also think that positivity and trying to be positive is also overrated. If you are feeling negative, I believe in just letting it run its course. Don't have to force yourself to be positive, because it will only feel very tired and drained. Yeah. Oh my god, I still have so many questions. Look. What is your career aspiration for in the next 10 years? The thing about me is I don't really have a goal. Like I don't really have in 5 years time I must win an award or blah blah blah. To me, I believe in living in the moment and giving your best in whatever you have on your hands right now. Obviously, I hope to be in more good shows, and I hope to be recognized for my acting. And honestly, I hope to retire early or semi-retire early and do something else. 在未来的日子里，有想过要做演戏和唱歌以外的尝试吗？比如编剧、导演或发掘新人？没有。I would say no at this moment because I don't have anything that I want to say yet. Any new plans for your music career? You have a nice voice. Thank you. I love singing too, But singing to me is something really personal. I mean, to be very frank, I don't do it because I want to sell, I want to make money, or because I want to please the market or the industry or things like that. I do it because I like it and I have a point of view that I want to convey to people. That's why I don't really have a fixed plan as to, I'm gonna release an EP or a new song in April, for example. It depends a lot on fate. For example, my latest song, 大好青年, is to convey a theory of what is 大好青年, which is loosely translated as a good young man. What is considered as a good youth these days? Is it expectations put on you by your Your family members, your parents, or the society? Or is it something that you define yourself? How do you describe your career journey, roller coaster? No. Do you see yourself hosting a variety show one day? No, I suck at hosting. I suck at speaking actually. When do you foresee yourself retire from showbiz? Maybe 5 years later? 5 years. Has Hollywood knocked on your doors yet? Honestly speaking, I have actually casted for a lot of Hollywood projects. I have casted for Pacific Rim. I have casted for Crazy Rich Asians. I have casted for Altered Carbon in Netflix. I have casted for, say, Prison Break. I have casted for quite a number of Hollywood productions, but there are a few productions that I nearly clinched like the role, and there are a few that I couldn't do them because of schedule conflicts. So yeah. Yay! I'm done! No more! Woohoo! Oh my god. So tiring. I hope you guys are not bored, like, just watching me answer question after question, and I hope you guys get what you want out of this Q&A session, in a sense, like you can get some advice or you can get some inspiration for your own life. And if you guys like this kind of Q&A, do like the video and subscribe. I might do a Q&A on other topics in the future, like maybe skincare or maybe about renovation, even since I just renovated my house recently. So yeah, let me know. Peace out.